Connor Shaw. Who?
Do you want that as your lock of the week?
Dylan Gabriel's not the guy. He's a 5'10", 5'11" left-handed quarterback. The odds are stacked against him. Dog, welcome to another edition of Bet This. Welcome, bet heads. Welcome all. It is that time again for Jay Dawg to be traveling. Dog, why don't you let the bet heads in on your upcoming plans, your upcoming trip?
They can see it on YouTube, right?
Yes.
On Bet This, San Francisco. Now you can hear it. Talk about San Francisco. Me talking about that on the Pulse Podcast Network, as I have never gone out of this time zone. I was supposed to be in Chicago last year, if you remember. However, the inclement weather got in the way.
Every year, it feels like.
It just seems like there's always some sort of impingement of Mother Nature decides to say, you know what? You're not good enough. Zap! And now I'm 3 hours behind in terms of time zone. I've never been more than where I am.
Mm-hmm.
Never been 1 hour. So this is going to be a big change for me. Looking forward to it, though. It's always been a destination. And I've never been to California. Well, you can't be in California if 3 hours back. Maybe in my mind I have. That I will be mind, body, and spirit in Northern California come this weekend for an entire week.
Very exciting.
Almost a week.
Very exciting. And you have some sports-themed things on your trip planned, right?
The plan as well is the San Francisco Dons, the 3-time national champions. They were back-to-back during the Bill Russell years. That's where he grew up. The Oakland, San Francisco area. The last game, their home game, the Dons, they're going to take on the Santa Clara Broncos. They're going to have a little bit of San Francisco, Santa Clara rivalry that you don't ever see in the NFL, despite the 49ers playing 50 miles away in Santa Clara, much to the chagrin of the people in San Francisco that were season ticket holders up until they had left the stick for the Field of Jeans.
Yes.
You're going to have that, college basketball. Need to go there. It's senior night. And then after that, the next day, Nikola Jokic, arguably the best player on the entire planet of the NBA of basketball, professional basketball. His Denver Nuggets will be taking on Draymond Green, Kristaps Porzingis, and the Golden State Warriors. You notice what I didn't mention?
I was going to say, you didn't mention Curry.
Because he'll be there in street clothes. He's not going to be playing. No, I don't say career. His season might be over. You know what the extent of his injury is, right?
No. Why don't you break it down?
It's a bone bruise with his knee and tendonitis.
Yeah, tendonitis. That's anytime you hear tendonitis, arthritis, any of those itises.
LeBron has arthritis in his feet.
You know that stuff doesn't go away generally. I mean, other than apparently Christian McCaffrey, who, we don't want to talk football too much, but he had what is like 2 Achilles tendonitises, like one in each Achilles, and then he bounced back and won comeback player of the year. But that is, I mean, other than him, maybe
he's young,
maybe Adrian Peterson, but that wasn't even a tendonitis situation. No. Like, you don't really see people bounce back from injuries like that.
Terrell Suggs came back from an Achilles injury. Kevin Durant is probably the best example. He's the best example. Kobe's not. When his career essentially, he played too long. He stuck around too long after that Achilles injury.
Yeah.
So. And with Jason Tatum rumored to be coming back sooner rather than later. And you've also got Ty Halliburton with the same injury, Achilles.
Yeah. So those Achilles, the tendinitises, those injuries, usually not something you see people bounce back from. But I do want to say Curry, he has I said this recently, he has like an ageless type of game where, because he's a shooter, he drives to the hoop a little bit, but most of his game is on the outside. So he's not as physical as someone like Draymond or something.
Problem is when you're taking those threes, you're leaping up in the air and you're down. It's still pressure. It's still, that impact is what they say on your ankles, your knees and things like that. But then I'm going to Oracle Park, home of the San Francisco Giants, who will be in Scottsdale, Arizona during spring training. Mm-hmm. I will be giving a tour of Oracle Park and I'll be touring that ballpark. Can't wait for that.
You're going to get footage of it all, right?
We're going to be able to get footage of it.
We're going to be able to show you on YouTube on the Bet This YouTube channel, or you'll be able to hear the audio from that footage, as we always do with all of our sports trips and things. So Dog, that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
Getting ready to take off. But let's get Bet This taken off. Let's get underway. We've got some exciting things going on this week. MLS getting back in action. I know you wanted to discuss that. Why don't you kick us off, Jay Dawg, with MLS?
Inter Miami, they look like they are since they are the reigning defending undisputed champions, they look like they're the favorite. Do you know the last soccer club in MLS to win back-to-back championships?
No.
It was the LA Galaxy, the Beckham era.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was like a nasty
2011, 2012.
That was what Landon Donovan, and
Keane
and Beckham. Why can't I think of Beckham's first name?
Yeah,
David Beckham. Yeah. Thank you. I was drawing a blank there. Landon Donovan, David Beckham. That was like the dynamic duo there.
And Keane as well.
Yes.
Yep.
But we did. But
K-E-A-N-E.
we had. Didn't we have Ibrahimovic? Didn't he come over to the MLS? And did he ever come over here, or where did he go when he left PSG? I can't remember.
Paris Saint-Germain.
I know that you're not the biggest soccer head, but we haven't had like a dominant player since David Beckham really
until now. Lionel
yes.
Messi.
Yes.
And the problem is, I think this is a little different though, because you've got the World Cup, and there's going to be times where he's not going to be available.
Yes, because he will play.
Miami. He's going to play for Argentina.
He will play for Argentina.
They're going to defend their crown.
Yes.
So
very interesting. Do you want to go through the games, Dog? We have some games.
We've got matches
this weekend.
Let's go through them.
All right, we'll go through every one real quick. We've got St. Louis hosting Charlotte.
Okay.
It's exciting real quick. I just want to say excited to do our little MLS pick'em that we usually do. I'm ready to get back into it. So first match, St. Louis hosting Charlotte FC.
St. Louis.
St. Louis, heard. Cincinnati hosting Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Okay. We've got Orlando City, and they are hosting New York Red Bull.
I'll take the Red Bulls.
Okay. Red Bulls are underdogs at Orlando. Interesting. DC United hosting Philly.
I think DC United is going to be better this year, but I'm going to take Philly in this one.
Okay. Vancouver hosting Real Salt Lake. Vancouver, one of those, I think, Final Four teams last season.
They were.
Who are you taking?
I'll take Vancouver.
Okay. Nashville hosting New England.
The Revs, they got to play better.
They were really bad last year.
I'll take Nashville.
Okay. My sleeper team of the year, Houston Dynamo.
Yeah.
Hosting Chicago Fire. Who are you taking?
I'll take the Fire.
Okay. I like the Dynamo this year. I watch out for them. And I also like what you were saying, DC United. I expect them to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Where were we? Dallas hosting Toronto.
I'll take Dallas.
All right. We have Austin FC hosting Minnesota.
I'll take Minnesota.
Okay. LAFC hosting Inter Miami, probably the match of the weekend. This is going to be Saturday, 9:30 p.m. Who you I'm
gonna take Inter Miami.
Inter Miami, okay. On the road, they're underdogs right now. San Diego FC hosting Montreal.
San Diego.
Okay. San Jose hosting Sporting KC.
I will take Sporting KC.
Okay. The last Saturday match, Portland Timbers hosting Columbus.
I'll take the Crew.
Yeah, you got to take the Crew. I know Dog's going with Ohio. And then two matches on Sunday we're going to throw in here. Galaxy hosting NYC FC.
Yep.
Who are you going to
I'll take the Galaxy.
Okay. And then final match of the weekend, Seattle hosting Colorado. Seattle the favorite.
I'll take Seattle.
Okay. That's our 15 matches. We're going to go through the winners again real quick. We've got St. Louis hosting Charlotte. J-Dog's taking St. Louis. We're taking Atlanta on the road, New York Red Bull on the road, Philly on the road, Vancouver at home.
Aren't they the Red Bulls?
Red Bulls, yes, the plural.
Red Bulls.
Red Bulls. We're taking Vancouver at home, Nashville at home, the Chicago Fire on the road, FC Dallas at home, Minnesota on the road, Inter Miami on the road, San Diego at home, KC on the road, Columbus on the road, the Galaxy at home, and then Seattle at home. Those are our MLS picks. Dog, that was fun. I'm excited to get into more soccer. Do you have any expectations for the season before we finish up our little MLS talk here?
I think the season, because the interest will grow because of the World Cup, I actually think, and this has been a detriment to them, I actually think it's going to grow because you have Messi with Inter Miami, and I think, and they're $1 billion franchise now. I don't know if you know this or not, when they had the team valuation 5 years ago, they were worth
Miami.
Inter Miami's now $1 billion franchise.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes,
very interesting.
Found that out recently. Yeah, I think that MLS is going to start to grow by leaps and bounds.
Leaps in Cleveland Browns. Excuse me.
Oh, I hope not. Whoa, easy. Anyway, also, I don't know if the Apple TV thing, I think they've relaxed their whole paywall issue. So
it's making it kind of easier to
watch. The accessibility now.
Now, real quick, I don't want to give away too much, but you're going to be gone next week, obviously. So we've talked, there might be a futures show coming up soon.
Okay.
If you had to pick one team, are you picking Inter Miami to win again? Yes or no?
Right now, I think I would.
Like the whole thing, yeah.
The whole thing, but again, with Messi getting ready for Argentina, this could be a Messi, you know?
True.
It could be.
I think if I had to pick one team, I'm probably going to go. If I had to pick, probably say Vancouver, but I again, bet heads. Trust the Houston Dynamo. I think I'm going to lean on them this year.
You think the Dynamo are going to make some noise in MLS this year?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm going with Houston.
Yeah. I'll go with the champs right now. But again, I've said, it's very hard to repeat. It hasn't happened since 2011, 2012, essentially, or team repeating. It was LA Galaxy.
Right. We'll have to wait and see, but that's soccer talk. And now we get to move on to some basketball. They're playing basketball. All right, dog. Basketball time. You know they're playing basketball. And you're going to go see some basketball. We're going to go through some of these games. I wanted to discuss, again, we might be doing some futures here coming up soon. Real quick, if you had to pick one, if you had to pick a finals matchup right now, who would you go with?
I would go with OKC and Cleveland.
OKC and Cleveland.
And they're going to meet this weekend.
They are.
Yeah, in OKC.
OKC and Cleveland. Let's see if I can find the futures here on OKC and Cleveland. Dog, while we're talking basketball, do you want to do a little housekeeping and break down the games that the bet heads will be able to catch on the Pulse of NH?
On Sunday, 6 p.m., the best rivalry in the history of the NBA, the Boston Celtics continue their West Coast swing. They're at the Los Angeles Lakers. There'll be a 6 p.m. pregame and a 6:35 tip-off from the Crypto.com arena in La La Land. Of course, I will be north of La La Land earlier in the day.
Yes.
For the Warriors hosting the Nuggets in a Western Conference showdown.
What's the weather supposed to be like in San Francisco? Do you know?
Next question.
Okay. Dog, real quick, you said OKC and Cleveland.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning?
I have Cleveland in 7.
You have Cleveland in 7.
I think Jimmy Harden, I think he finally is able to get the title. I think him and Donovan Mitchell would really good together.
Well, if the bet heads are interested in jumping on the Jay Dawg bandwagon, right now Cleveland to beat OKC is plus 3,000. You throw that on to the docket. $10 gets you $300. So just go check it out.
Okay.
Wanted to go over that real quick, but Dog, we've got Saturday slate and Sunday slate this week.
It's the last time we're going to be doing the NBA slate for a while because we're going to have the NHL back.
Yep.
They're coming back next week.
Yep.
So
we'll be able to squeeze both in next week. And, but we won't be doing both Sunday and Saturday moving forward because we're going to go back to our normally scheduled programming is the industry likes to call it. But yeah, Dog, you want to jump in and start picking some games?
Yep.
All right. So Saturday, starting off at 5 p.m. By the way, if you're listening on the Pulse of NH, you'll be able to catch all of these live because this is after we'll be done on the air. So Orlando is going.
We're not on. That's the thing is we're not. Again, we're on the air with there's no such thing as on air with the podcast.
Yes, that's true.
So on the radio.
Yes.
So.
Orlando heading west to Phoenix, 5 p.m. NBA TV hosting the game. Who you got?
I got the Suns.
The Suns on that one.
That's next year's All-Star game, by the way, is in Phoenix. They're in the Valley.
Ooh, exciting. Next one, we've got the Sixers at New Orleans, 7 p.m. Who you got?
Sixers heard.
I feel like New Orleans might be one of the saddest franchises in basketball.
Still not the worst team in the NBA. You know what the worst team in the NBA is, right?
It's not. Why don't you tell me who it is?
The Sacramento Kings.
Is it the Kings,
yeah,
really?
Not
well, actually, they just shut down 2 of their biggest players with season. Zach LaVine's done for the season, right? And then I forget the other gentleman, but there was another player same day.
Malik Monk, right?
Yeah. No, I don't think it was Monk. It was someone else. I'll have to look it up in between breaks here, but They had 2 players go down with season-ending injuries at the same time, pretty much, and like have season-ending surgeries. So their season is pretty much done.
Yeah,
like they're
the Kings are.
They're writing.
They're turning the page, getting ready for the 2026 NBA draft.
I know we're in the middle of picking games, but while we're on the topic, did you see that Adam Silver mentioned some anti-tanking rules,
which is going to be hard to do?
I know. I'm curious to what that means or what the rules are going to be, but
I think, and again, that's another thing. Is how you going to stop it, for one, and two, the players' union is not going to allow this. They're going to file a grievance, and then like loss of draft picks, money. They've already done it once with money, right?
Yep.
Well, they keep doing this. The union's gonna be like, okay, you know what? No,
I feel like the lottery already kind of prevents like tanking, because you can tank to get into the lottery, but that doesn't mean anything. The Sixers, look how many times they made it into the lottery and then nothing happened. They didn't end up winning. It doesn't really, turn into anything necessarily. And you don't always get that guaranteed spot. I mean, the Mavs ended up getting the number 1 pick this year, and the Wizards ended up just missing out. So,
as they tend to do.
Right. So tanking, I feel like the lottery is kind of already anti-tanking.
I've heard one theory to just end the NBA draft altogether. You do a free agency symposium, and
you kind of just let players go where but
no, you have the top 10 worst teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a symposium, and they sit down with the players, and they get a feel for if it's their guy or not. The problem with that is
all these players are going to go to the same team if you give them the choice.
If let's say the New Orleans Pelicans, right? And they want to sit down with one of these college kids that doesn't want to play for the New Orleans Pelicans. He's going to have a bad first impression.
Yeah.
But the Clippers go and talk to him, and he wants to play for LA.
Yeah. And then they sit down with the number 2 guy, and they're like, hey, we'd really like you to come sign with us. And he's like, oh, damn, the number 1 guy just went to LA.
Well, I'm going to Phoenix.
I'm going to go play against him or play with him or whatever.
I think the idea is you only get 1 pick.
Either way, I don't like that rule. I like the idea of the draft, and I think
the thing is the draft creates the drama for television.
Yes,
they've done it great. The drafts on television, especially for the NBA and the NFL, they've created the drama. They're really good at that.
Was the envelope frozen?
We still don't know, and that was 41 years ago.
Well, we'll get back to it in a couple of years or so. All right, Dog, let's get back to the picks. We chose Philly over New Orleans. Your next matchup is Memphis going to Miami, an 8:00 tip-off.
Miami.
Heard that. Miami on Saturday night. Detroit at Chicago, 8 p.m.
Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, that one's a gimme.
The Bulls are terrible.
Well, Detroit's also one of the top teams, too. They're incredible this season. Cade Cunningham is really taking over out there.
Top 5 MVP.
Sacramento, the team we were just discussing, going to the San Antonio Spurs. I believe they were number 2 in our power rankings last time we did NBA.
Bet this rankings.
Yes.
I'm going to take the Spurs in this one. Malik Monk. I'm going to be in the city of Monk, San Francisco. But Malik Monk and company going to Wemby and company. And
yeah, good luck. Yeah. Houston at the Knicks, 8:30 ABC. With the coverage on Saturday night.
The Knicks.
You're taking the Knicks at home at MSG? In the Mecca.
The Mecca.
Heard that. All right. Sunday, early tip-off. Cleveland at Oklahoma City. The big matchup we discussed. Your potential Jay Dawg NBA final.
Yes.
Cavs.
Finals.
Would you taking the Cavs?
I'm taking the Cavs because, again, OKC's dinged up right now. So
true.
Yeah.
Again, I said before the All-Star break, this is the best time for them to be a little dinged up. But
Dog days of the NBA.
But it doesn't help when you face Cleveland right away after. Right. We've got Brooklyn at Atlanta.
Oh,
snoozer.
Yikes.
Snoozer.
I'll take Atlanta. I'll take the Hawks.
Heard that. Hawks at home.
Yep.
We've got the Raptors at Milwaukee.
Without Giannis, I'm going to take the Raptors.
I feel like the Bucks are kind of done this year.
Yeah, I think they're going to turn the page to 2026, 27.
The Jay Dawg game, the Denver Nuggets going to Golden State, ABC with the 3:35 tip-off.
Nationally televised. I'm going to be there. I've never been on ABC before.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm going to take Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets to win this one.
Also, Jay Dawg and I have some parlays and locks. We'll share them after this segment. We'll get them in. But Jay Dawg's is going to be a parlay with that game, so make sure you stick around for Jay Dawg's parlay. Moving on, we've got Cooper Flagg and company going to Indiana for a 5 p.m. tip-off the Mavs.
Is he playing or is he injured?
I'm not sure. Is he injured still?
I think he still might be injured.
Okay, so we've got the Mavs on the road. Sans
Again,
Cooper Flagg potentially.
Yeah.
Who you taking? I mean, if he's not playing, this is another snoozer.
Yeah, I'll take Indiana.
Heard that. Charlotte at Washington. What was it? LaMelo got into an injury, into a car accident recently.
Yeah,
I saw.
I'll take Charlotte.
Still taking Charlotte.
Yeah.
Though? All right. Celtics Lakers NBC 6:30 on Sunday.
Sunday night basketball on NBC. Get used to that.
That's gonna be a good one.
And Peacock. I'm gonna take the Celtics.
Celtics are
Yep.
Go C's. Sixers at the T-Wolves, 7:00. Who you taking?
T-Wolves.
T-Wolves.
Ant-Man and company.
The Knicks at the Bulls.
Knicks.
We've got Portland at Phoenix.
Phoenix.
And ending Sunday night, we've got the Magic heading out to the Clippers. 9 p.m. tip-off on NBA TV. Who you taking?
I'm going to take the Clips in that one.
Clips heard.
Yep.
Let's run it back real quick. Phoenix on Saturday, 5 p.m. Sixers. Then we've got Miami, Detroit, San Antonio, New York. On Sunday, we're taking Cleveland, Atlanta, Toronto, Denver, Indiana, Charlotte, Boston, Minnesota, New York, Phoenix, and LA. Those are our NBA picks for the week. Time to roll on to those Bet This power rankings. All right, dog. We hinted at those parlays and locks of the week. We actually, I wanted to mention, we didn't do our parlays and locks of the week last week. We took a hiatus after going through the whole football season. And ironically, both you and I finished the whole football season, playoffs and all, 11-11. So, bet heads, if you're interested, just take a flyer on one of us, because guaranteed one of us will be correct every week with our locks.
It's which one will be correct is the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this week for our locks of the week, Jay Dawg and I, we don't have football anymore. You can't really do
not till UFL in March.
You can't do basketball really. I mean, you can, but
you can't
get the odds until like day of.
Yes.
So it's kind of complicated. So this week we branched out. And Jay Dawg's lock of the week is a NASCAR lock of the week, which we'll get into during our pick'ems, our lightning
round.
Yeah. Jay Dawg has Denny Hamlin finishing in the top 3. Odds are plus 450. That $10 gets you $55. That's your lock of the week.
They're Echo Park this week, right? With the Auto Trader 400, I believe, in Georgia.
Yes. And then my lock of the week, I went with Boston Common Golf. They're playing Monday and Tuesday.
TGL.
We'll talk TGL as well during the lightning round. $10 on that gets you $18.06. The odds are minus 124. So that's my lock of the week. For Jay Dawg's parlay, he's doing that Sunday Denver Nuggets Golden State Warriors game.
That'll be up.
Jokic, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. We don't have the odds on that yet, but we'll throw that up on social media. So make sure you're following us on Instagram, on X, Bet This Pod.
Those are the two that you want to go to for not only Bet This, but the overall just for our parlay shows. We remind you what's going on.
All of our content you can find.
Essentially our content. That's right. Yes.
As well as YouTube. If you're not watching us, go check out Bet This Pod on YouTube.
That's THIS in capital letters with an exclamation point.
Bet This. And my parlay of the week, I did college basketball, which we're about to get into, and I chose the underdogs in the 3 biggest games of the weekend. Some people are saying a couple of these games might be national championship previews. I got Arizona beating Houston plus 195, Duke beating Michigan plus 120 in Washington, D.C.
In D.C. in the district. Yeah.
And then I've got BYU upsetting Iowa State plus 154. Odds on that are plus 1548. $10 get you $164. So Jay Dawg, speaking of college basketball, let's get into those power rankings. Excuse me, I'm wrong.
You jumped. You know what happened, right? You went over your skis.
I did. And speaking of skis, we have a special gift. We're doing a giveaway this week on Bet This for 2 lift tickets to Pat's Peak Mountain. Good for any time for the rest of the season except for exclusive blackout dates, I think happening in the end of February. The blackout dates are on the tickets.
Expires at the end of the season.
Yes, so make sure you go before the end of the season. But we are going to give these tickets away to one lucky bethead who comments on our YouTube video. Tell us your favorite Olympic moment. Winter Olympics, Summer Olympics, doesn't matter. Just tell us your favorite Olympic moment, comment on this YouTube video, and we will contact whoever we select as the winner on Monday, February 23rd. We will contact and reach out to try and get you those ski tickets. So comment favorite Olympic moment, winter or summer, on this YouTube video. Now, Dog, let's get into those power rankings.
Okay, as you know, the NBA is back. They came back on Thursday.
Yes.
That's not enough of a sample to
We said last week we wanted to give a week. We need a week of sample size before we can do our power rankings.
Same thing with the NHL, which still has the Olympic break going on. That will end next week, so no rankings that week either. Won't have rankings until March.
Right.
So won't have rankings to the NBA or the NHL until March. We're going to start off with NCAA men's hoops. We're going to be doing MLS rankings in March as well.
Ooh.
Okay. We'll start with the men. At number 10, Illinois. At number 9, Nebraska. At number 8, Purdue. They're back in it. At number 7, Kansas. At number 6, Iowa State. At number 4, UConn. At number 4, Arizona. The mighty have fallen. They haven't fallen that far. At number 3, Michigan. At number 2, Duke, who they'll be taking on Saturday in the district.
Part of my parlay.
And at number 1, the Houston Cougars.
The Cougs. And also another shout out. My boy Mark Coulier gave us a shout out this week. So shouts him out, the Houston Coug himself. So gave us a little repost. Go check us out on social media and repost our content.
And for the women, at number 10, Duke. They get into the top 10. At number 9, LSU tumbles a bit. At number 8, the Ohio State University. At number 7, Louisville. At number 6, Michigan. At number 5, Texas. At number 4, Vanderbilt. So Vandy's in the top 5. And at number 3, South Carolina. And essentially it's been these same two teams for the last few weeks with the power rankings. At number 2, UCLA, who just can't lose.
Yep.
Still not enough, though. Number 1 team in all the land, the reigning, defending, undisputed NCAA champion for women, the UConn Huskies.
Yes.
Huskies getting it done.
They cannot lose, it feels like. I don't want to jinx them, obviously.
Knock on that wood.
Yeah.
Knock on that wood. Now knock on this wood.
I have some top 25 matchups we're going to breeze through real quick. On Saturday, we've got men's matchups. These are my parlay. The 3 matches in my parlay.
3-game parlay.
Yeah, I'm stumbling here. Arizona on the road at Houston. That's 3 p.m. tip-off on ABC.
Tylenol for headaches, Midol for cramps.
Houston is the favorite for that. They're 5.5-point favorites. The over-under 139.5. The next matchup, 6:30 p.m. You can catch number 1 Michigan taking on number 3 Duke. 6:30 on ESPN. Michigan 2.5-point favorites. Over under is 148.5. And then the final top 25 for men, number 6 Iowa State on the road at number 23 BYU. That's 10:30 p.m. on ESPN. Iowa State 3.5-point favorites. The over under is 155.5. And then for your women matches on Sunday, the lady matches.
Games,
excuse
me.
It's
not soccer.
We've got number 17 Ole Miss taking on number 3 South Carolina. That's a noon tip-off on ESPN. Michigan, number 6 on the road at number 13 Iowa, noon tip-off on Fox. We've got number 21 Tennessee taking on number 11 Oklahoma. That's a 2 p.m. tip-off on ESPN. Number 16 Kentucky at number 5 Vanderbilt should be a good matchup. That's 4 p.m. on ESPN2. And then number 18 Michigan State taking on number 23 Minnesota. That's a 6 p.m. tip-off FS1. Time for the lightning round. Dog, you know what time it is. Lightning round. Never gets old. It is the lightning round here on Bet This, our closing segment, closing portion of our show that we have here. One of my favorites. We get to go through and quickly pick just random winners we think are going to do good over the week, people that we think off the top of our head, and use this time to get any last thoughts out before we take off. Dog, no football, no,
You've got to stop.
no football, no hockey.
You've got to stop.
There's really no hockey to lightning round. We've kind of already did basketball.
Yeah. Again, you went over your skis. Why did you go over your skis?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I guess it's hard to try and schedule everything out. So we're going to change it up.
I'm the one going to San Francisco, not you.
We're going to change it up.
I'm the one that's got a plane to catch.
We're going to go over and do some different sports we normally don't lightning round, kind of pick and choose. And then we'll talk about some spring training and some other sports before we take
go.
off.
Okay.
We've got NASCAR, as we alluded to. They've got the Auto Trader 400. This is in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
This is at what is the Echo Park?
Echo Park.
Yes, Echo Park in
Speedway.
Georgia. The thing we're going to do today for the lightning round, we're going to pick 3 drivers we think are going to finish in the top 10.
Okay.
So I'm going to name off some names. You pick 3 of them that you think will finish in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Opening up as your favorite, we've got Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott tied at minus 200.
Okay.
Joey Logano's minus 190.
Yep.
Kyle Larson, 165. William Byron, 140. Christopher Bell, 140. Austin Cedric, 140. Kyle Busch, 125. Keselowski, 125. Hamlin, 120. Carson. Who?
Carson who? Okay.
Carson Hovaskar. I'm definitely butchering that. Tyler Riddick, Chase Briscoe, and Alex Bowman is the first in positive odds.
Okay.
So from those names, 3 people that you think will finish in the top 10.
Chase Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe, heard.
That's one of them. Another one, I will go Joey Logano.
Ooh, Logano. Okay. Yep. He's 3rd on the list.
Yep. And another one, I'll take Ryan Blaney.
Ryan Blaney, the top favorite. I like those. I like your process there, picking 2 of the top 3 and then one like outlier to kind of stretch the odds
Never
there.
know.
That'll be our NASCAR lightning round. And then this weekend, golf kicked off on Thursday. Golf always
PGA.
Like the PGA. Excuse me. They do 4-day tournaments. So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Thursday
Sunday.
into Sunday.
Yes. So it's already underway at press time. When I took these odds down, the top 5 were Aaron Rye, Marco Penge, Ryan Fox, Jacob Bridgman, and then Rory McIlroy was tied for 3rd at minus 5 for the weekend. So we're going to pick 3 people. I'm going to give you some names.
You pick them. I'm not picking them.
You're not picking? You want to read them?
No.
Okay.
You read them and you do what you know what?
Dog staying off the course this weekend.
No, I'm off. Yeah.
I'll do the golf.
This is not a major. I'm not.
That's fine. That's fine. I like the Genesis just because it's Tiger's course. And
Phil Collins isn't going to be there, right?
Yes, I do know Phil Collins.
This is the other Genesis.
So I think we're going to go with Rory McIlroy. And I also wanted to mention Rory is having a great season so far. Like I said, he's tied for 3rd right now at press time. And I think that with that monkey off his back of the Grand Slam, I think he's going to perform really well this year throughout the year at a lot of these smaller events, even the majors. I think
he's got that chip on his shoulder, which helps.
Right, exactly. So I'm going to pick Rory. He is the top favorite to win the tournament at plus 365. He's minus 320 to finish in the top 10. After that, I'd probably go with someone like Colin Morikawa. He's plus 102 to finish in the top 10. And then if I had to pick one more name, Scotty Scheffler is someone you can just kind of always throw a dart at. He's plus 152 to finish in the top 10. He's not doing so hot this tournament, but I'll throw him together for a little parlay for golf.
Where's Tiger?
Tiger, I don't think.
Next.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got some more golf. TGL back this week. They had a hiatus last week. And they've got 4 matches this week. Very exciting. 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday.
You've already picked one of them for my
lock of the week.
Lock of the week.
Yeah, the first match on Monday, a 5 p.m. Tee off, is going to be Boston Common hosting Atlanta Drive. Common, our favorites in that one. I'm taking the Common there. And again, that's my lock of the week. The next matchup, we have LA Golf Club taking on Atlanta Drive at night. So Atlanta's just going to go right from taking on Boston Common to taking on LA. I almost feel like I would take Atlanta to be a lock of the week just because they're going to get like a warm-up round in. As soon as they're done with Boston Common, they're going to go right back to the course and take on LA. So I like Atlanta after they've warmed up. And then on Tuesday, New York's doing the same thing. New York's hosting the Bay, or they're taking on the Bay Golf Club. And I like New York in that one, Ricky Fowler and company. And the Bay Golf Club is so-so. And then at Tuesday night, 9 p.m., New York stays on the course and they take on Boston Common, who played on Monday.
That's too much TGL as far as I'm concerned.
I'm going to take Boston
TMI,
Common.
TGL.
I'm going to take Boston Common. So I'm going to take Boston, Atlanta, the New York, and Boston for our TGL. And to wrap it up, main event, UFC this weekend. Check out Sean Strickland taking on Anthony Hernandez. Strickland is the underdog. I talked to our UFC resident guy, Ken, our analyst. He said he thinks Strickland could tire out Hernandez. Hernandez is on a streak. That's why he's the favorite. But Strickland's got that experience. Look for him to maybe get a sleeper TKO or something. He's plus 220. So I'm going with Strickland. Dog, any last thoughts? Spring training started. You wanted to mention it?
Yes, baseball is back. Spring training. I'm not going to be able to see the Giants because they're going to be in Scottsdale, Arizona when I'm in San Francisco, but I'm going to be seeing their home park.
Yes.
Oracle Park. And also the Olympics. A lot better results for the Americans than back in Beijing in 2022.
Yeah, figure skating, skiing.
Yes.
They won gold in women's hockey. They look real good.
It's a much better Olympiad this time around than it was 4 years ago.
I know we're a summer Olympic country, but the Winter Olympics, I'm surprised.
I like the Winter Olympics.
I'm happy with how they're doing this year.
Yeah.
But I think that's it, Dog. I think we're running out of time.
Yeah, I got a plane to catch.
They're kicking us out of the room. I see they got
a plane to catch. Get me out of here.
Yeah. Let's get Jay Dawg out of here. Hey, bet heads, if you're gonna bet
this.
And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Bet This is for entertainment purposes only. Always gamble responsibly and never wager more than you can afford to lose. Our advice is not a guarantee of success. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or visit ncpgambling.org for resources.